My name is Tony Cameron with TLDR Accounting, and we are a strategic tax and accounting firm. We focus on small business owners, therapists, along with individuals and non-for-profits. Our goal is always to make sure that we keep things simple. It's one of my big things. But I did get asked yesterday this question, and that was, how do I reduce the amount I need to pay in tax preparation fees? So if you ever had a phone call with us about tax prep, what we do is I have a phone conversation with you, yes, me. I request a copy of your prior year tax return. I ask for access to your books so I can look them over. And then I follow up from there via email. Now, the big thing that I'm looking for if you are a small business owner is, are your books up to date? So I hop into your QuickBooks, where I look over your Excel spreadsheet that you forward me. And the big thing is, are your books reconciled to the most current month possible? Do you have expenses linked, just chilling, you're being paid, they've been there for a couple of months? And the phone conversation, I ask how often you update your books. So it's the biggest cost driver. And depending on what I find when I look at your books, I actually redirect the conversation from quoting for your tax return to, all right, this is what I see in your books. Your books do need to be cleaned up. This is how we charge for cleanup work. Unless you think that you can get your books up to date. Now, it is currently November, kind of panicking over the fact, but you don't have a lot of time. So if your books aren't up to date, say you haven't looked at them since March, you gotta get caught up. And right now is the best time to do it. So my recommendation is hop into your QuickBooks or your Excel file. Are you caught up to the end of October? Or when was the last time you opened it? How, does everything make sense on your books? Do you have a whole bunch of transactions that you're not sure of? Because now's a great time to, ask those questions, to come to us and be like, hey, Tony, I do want a tax quote, but I have some stuff going on my QuickBooks. I don't know if it's correct. I don't know how to do it correctly. I don't know what to do with these transactions. And we can start the conversation there. And then by the time we get around to your taxes, your books are all cleaned up and your tax preparation fees are more in line to what we tend to quote. We tried to break up any cleanup fees outside of tax preparation fees, so it's very clear what we are doing for you and how things need to get updated. Now, the other big thing that we run into is we'll quote just for tax preparation, and someone's books won't be caught up when we go to do their tax return. So we're first in, first out. People will be like, oh, I'm ready, everything's ready to go. We'll open their books, we'll see things are not reconciled to December 31st. There's a lot in uncategorized expenses or uncategorized income. And so then we got to push back and be like, hey, your books are not currently caught up. They need to be reconciled. All your expenses need to be categorized. All your income needs to be categorized. Your balance sheet isn't looking very clean. Like, this needs to be done before we do your taxes. The problem is it's March and people then are like, well, can you just fix it for me? Not right now. During tax season, we don't tend to work on prior year work. We don't tend to do any major cleanup work. We're only working on the tax portion. So what does that mean? That means right now, November is the best time to contact us about getting everything caught up to date so that tax season is much smoother. My preference is you get all caught up, we get your tax return filed in early February, and then we start looking at 2020, because the tax return is all based on prior information. What you need for your business is current year data. So what you should be looking at on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, is how are you doing in 2020? How is it comparing to your goals, to your budget? And what do you need to change each week so you do hit your goals and budgets, right? You shouldn't be worrying about cleaning up 2019 so you can get the tax work done. You should be looking to the future, not to the past. So if anyone has any questions about that, feel free to shoot over an email to us. If you're currently behind and you know you're behind, email us at info@tldraccounting.com and we can get you on the calendar. We can discuss if you need what you need to get current. All right, that was today's AMA. I have a couple more questions over the next couple of weeks that are in our queue, but if you have any additional questions, feel free to send us a message via Facebook or on our Facebook page. Same with sending us an email at info@tldraccounting.com. Hopefully I'll talk to y'all soon, and you have a great Tuesday.